Pew Research Center found that 3% of the U.S. population has already moved temporarily or permanently moved because of the outbreak.
Young adults between the ages of 18 and 29 are the most mobile age group, with 9% of those surveyed. Nearly 1 in 10 reported they had already moved. Nearly 1/3 said the move was to reduce their personal risk of infection, while 23% said they moved because their college campus closed, and 20% said they wanted to be closer with family. So, if you're a parent dealing with your kids moving back home, didn't see that one coming, you may be trying to find space to put all of their stuff maybe back in the old room.
And maybe you transformed your kids' room into an office when they moved out, or a home gym, or, I don't know, man cave, whatever. But now you've got no room. Joining us this morning with ways to navigate through all that clutter and extra items, Paul Gaudet with Units Moving and Portable Storage. So you guys are a local storage company. Have you seen a lot of folks coming to you saying, I've got stuff, my kids are back, I don't know where to put it?
We have. We definitely saw an increase in that business really starting in May. It was the stats you guys were talking about were, March and April, it was like 2.7 million young adults ended up moving back in with parents and grandparents. But we did see a spike in that business for sure.
All right, Paul, so you're calling the kids that moved back in with their parents because of these unforeseen circumstances as pandemic nesters, and you've come up with a checklist. Run down the list for us, to make this kind of a smoother transition for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, the list is rather quick, and it's kind of commonsensical from the standpoint that you can't bring everything you want home.
Right.
So if you're moving in with your parents or your grandparents and you've got furniture items and you've got kitchens and, all those things that you had when you're on your own, you're not going to have to bring all those things home. So what are those non-essentials that you need to store away, and what are the essentials that you need to take with you? And that's the first thing you have to identify. The second thing you have to identify is the space. And you guys just talked about it, and I agree. Some of those rooms that used to be your bedroom are now a man cave, or now a library, or now a gym. So what items have to come out of that room to make sure that the child or the young adult can come home and have space for that? So when you're doing those things, you want to make sure the house stays neat and orderly. You don't want to have it condensed and full because somebody moved in. You want to make sure that it's a good living space. So as you go through those items and you figure out what those non-essential items, both for the parents and for the person that's moving back into that house, you want to make sure that you pack them in containers that are see-through where you can easily find those as you go back. You want to make sure you have enough boxes. You want to make sure that you have straps and locks, bubble wrap, shrink wrap, all those things to make sure that they're safe. But then if you use a local portable storage company, Units of Denver would be the one that I would use, we can bring the container right to your house, and then you can sort through those things. You're not moving. It's not like you have to be out of the house on Tuesday. You can take your time. You can make sure that you make the right decisions as a family for those items that need to go away to temporary storage until you have your space back. And then we pick up the container, we bring it back to our facility here at I-70 in Chambers, and then we return it to you when it is that everything has changed. So I think that the pandemic nesters is a temporary situation, but it's one that has to be dealt with because people own a lot of stuff. So those are the recommendations that we make. Make sure that you pack up those non-essential items, get them out of the house, and let a local storage company go ahead and deal with those and bring them back.
That's cool.
When you're done.
Well, and you can pack. I mean, what is the window? I mean, how long do you get to have it in your driveway while you pack it before you guys take it away? Is it a week? Is it as long as you want?
No, it's at your convenience. So if it takes you a month to pack it up, then it takes you a month to pack it up. If it takes you 2 weeks, then it takes 2 weeks, and we pick it up, and then we bring it back to our facility, and it's out of your way.
To avoid like the cramped spaces, which is just asking for a family blowout.
See, I'll just get one of those in my driveway and say, "Hey, kid,
that's actually
this is where you're actually living."
There's the roof over your head.
We get that call quite often. So you know.
I believe it.
Not legal, but whatever. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate your time. Some good advice for folks dealing with very unique situations right now. 866